Good morning, my friends. Happy Wednesday. So, I'm going to paint a bluebird today. And I think I'm just going to have a little bit of fun with color. And maybe texture too. I just feel like playing a little bit. That's the fun of doing art, I think, all the time, is being able to play. Hi, Tina. How everybody's coming. Hi, Michelle. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. So, Sarah loves to travel. Oh, I love that name. That's so fun. I want to travel. I'm going to France soon. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Good morning, Ellen. So let me get started here. So I'll just pull this right out of here. So I'm going to paint. Whoop. Let me turn this around. A sweet bluebird. My panel. So I am going to mix colors, and I want to be a little easy. Let's hope, because Siri's telling me she doesn't understand. Okay, I think that'll work. Oh, nope. It might have to be crooked today. I never quite understand the concept of these ring lights because I always do it wrong. Because if I do this, it's not going to be in the right spot. So I'm just going to mix my colors over here. It'll be fine to be crooked. Morning, Michael. I'm glad people are finally there helping you with your property. That's crazy that it took so long. I'm sure everybody had issues. Like, did you have that in your neighborhood too, or just you mostly? Oh, I might not be able to see your answers. Good morning, Sherry. Hi, Irma. No sound. Can anyone else hear me? Yes, Francis, come in quick. Hopefully you can hear me. I think it's when I put this phone in the holder, it makes it wonky. Maybe I shouldn't do the paint mixing on Wednesday mornings. I don't know. I just don't know. Okay. Well, I can't see your comments until I get back up there, but I'm going to mix some colors here. And then when I have the phone back in front of me, I'll be able to see what everybody's saying. That's nice. But I want to be a little crazy, like with my, I have to put black out here too. I always use black in the bird's eyes. Yeah, I want to be a little crazy with the colors a little. I just feel like playing with color. I always feel like that, but I don't always do it. So maybe in the, where he's, more of a, let's put all this in here and lighten it a little bit. Maybe I will do a little pink in where he's really yellowish orange. That's good, but it's a little too saturated. Of course, I want to be crazy with colors, so maybe I want it to be saturated, very bright. Yeah, that's good. That's not so bright. Of course, I could just put a crazy color in the background, and then it always... Oh, I didn't mix it very well there. Cleaning my knife off. I've been using cadmium orange more lately than I used to. So, that's nice. Maybe I'll take that and put just a little pink in there. We'll skew these colors just a little toward pink. Oops. Sturdy. My gosh, the other day, somehow my Windsor violet got a little compromised, let's call it, with, I don't know. I think the tube broke. I actually threw it away. But even to this day, like this morning, before I went live, I looked at myself in the mirror and I have all kinds of purple paint like under by my eyes. It's a little dangerous to let me have oil paints. Let me tell you, I'm going to put a little black out here while I'm thinking of it, and I can peek and see if anybody said anything. You guys can just chat. And Windsor Violet is such a color that like just goes everywhere if you're not careful. I mean, I like those. I'm going to do a little bit of very light pink. Could do something fun like polka dots in the background or something. Or maybe I'll just go a little crazy with the colors that I mix for the background. All right, I like that. All right, then I need my blues. And I put out a Caribbean blue just for the fun of it today. You ever wake up in the morning thinking about color? I do as soon as I'm in my studio for sure. But even other than that, I'm always, oh, that's nice. Lighten that a little. I have this Video Blue Extra Pale up here. It's a nice color to lighten and not get the blue to look too chalky. And then that bottom part of the bird, like his is kind of a grayish cool blue. So this might be a nice color for that. Yeah, that's very nice. And then, let me wipe that off. I'm going to do something with my French ultramarine. Maybe. Very dark. Okay, that's pretty. Whoops, I'm not mixing them very well. I'm going too fast today. But they'll mix as I go. I think I need a little more blue in there. That's pretty. Blue. And then, like for that background is very gray. And I was going to do a crazy color background, but I kind of like the gray. So I have some, this is Davy's gray. Let's put a little bit of this. Like a really pretty neutral. Oh, isn't that a pretty color? Colors don't need to be bright for me to fall in love with them. That's true. I love a good neutral. It's really pretty. So maybe I'll put this. Maybe just a dab of this in here. Let's make a few different colors that we can use to make the background look interesting. Yeah, neutral and similar kind of. Let's throw all that in there. It's out here. I might as well use it. I love that. Maybe I'll make it a little lighter. Oh, can you see me? Am I down too low? I'm underneath the words, aren't I? I didn't even think of that. Sorry. Oh no, that's a nice set. I think that's good for... Oh, I need it like for his beak, I need like a more of a brownish... I'll do that, and a little of this. I think that's good. That's good. We'll work with that. See what happens. Okay. Okay. Did I miss anything, guys? Get this back in its holder. Whoops. Okay. Can you see okay? Tina said, love the colors. Me too. Let's see how this turns out. So should I do like a pink background? Do something that crazy? Yeah, why not? Why not? We want to be crazy. And I got out one of these chip brushes too. Let's play with that. I want to play today. Let's just be reckless crazy. And I don't have any Indian yellow. Well, I don't really need Indian yellow. Let's just use what's on the palette and nothing else. Nothing precious about these. It's just a really cheap brush from like Lowe's or Home Depot. I used baby wipes and get out most of it. So able to flip the cushion. Oh my goodness, where did you get paint, Ellen? Yikes. No worse than me getting it on my face. Maybe I should put a little bit of Indian yellow out here. Now my goal is to let this be reckless crazy, so it might look a mess. And it might end up a mess, but you got to take risks to have the fun, I guess. That's good. Everything's wet enough. I love how he's got little wisps of feathers over here. And this is the light side. And ooh, it'd be fun to let some of this like texture of it end up in the painting. We'll see. Okay, love that. It's really messy. And I love when you wipe off the paint, sometimes it leaves something that's very bright. And I love that. I have to figure out where his eye is. All right. Now let's put colors in that really aren't even in the painting. Sometimes they get covered and sometimes they get to be part of the finished piece. I guess this would be a good color for down here. All right. Oh my goodness, that's fun. Okay. I love it. It's a good start. I have to figure out where his eye is. Like I always say, if you can paint the bird's eye and get it pretty realistic, that and you like how it looks, your whole painting could be a mess otherwise. Like I could leave the whole bird painting just like that in the background and just get his eye, and I think it would look good. I'm curious about why you wash the canvas with red, because you don't see red undertones. A stylistic choice. Yes, I wish I could say it was a stylistic choice, but I'm being reckless crazy today. So it was just reckless crazy to do that. It was for no logical reason whatsoever. And I love doing that with art. I love sometimes just playing and not having a reason for anything. And that's totally what we're doing today. So I find when I play like that, like I get a little stuck, I guess, or like I start to lose my excitement for doing things, and it's because I get a little too precious, or I'm trying to get things to look a certain way. And if I let go of that expectation and just do something reckless, crazy, and have fun, I find that it loosens me back up again. And the best, oh, I need a little sip of my coffee. And the best way to get yourself loosened up and having fun is be a little reckless, crazy with what you're doing. Underneath there. Yeah, because mistakes are how you can help. Like, I'm always trying to grow my style so that it's more unique and less kind of traditional, I guess. I don't know. But that's the hardest part of art, is to do that. To change, to grow your style and develop it. I find, anyway. Part of that is like painting for shows and stuff. You need to have a body of work that's all cohesive and looks good together, but that's kind of goes against the grain of how artists think, I think. I only need this small brush here for a little bit doing the eye. Already looks pretty fun. Love the colors. Me too. Now my challenge will be to keep that feel of the colors without pushing it so much that I lose them all in the process. Because I mixed pretty traditional colors up to use. Now I have to get back to a larger brush. All right, I think that's good. I love watching you, Kim Beautiful, how careful you place your marks. Yes, that's going to be my goal now. Careful mark making. Cleaning up my palette here. I have my transparent colors are at the bottom of my palette, and I find sometimes I put my elbow there, so I've got to clean that up. I don't want to put my elbow in them. I still might, but well. Okay. Oh, I love all that stuff happening in there. Okay, maybe I'll start with my background. Or start around his eye a little bit. Are you coming to the Philadelphia? Yes, I will be at the Rittenhouse Square Fine Art Show. That's the 6th, 7th, and 8th of June. Oh, his beak is really down here a little bit. So yeah, come see me. I would love that. I think the show goes to like 10 to 6. I should know this because I do the marketing stuff, but I forget everything like that. You could tell me a time, and by the time you ask me again in like 10 minutes, I won't even remember what time I said. It's terrible. But it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, this show. It's such a fun show. So this picks up some of that pink in the background, which I love. And I can even let some show through. He is colorful. I have a nest in under mailbox that has 4 of these little guys. Oh my gosh, Madeline, that's so fun. I love that. I have to take pictures. I don't know if I have any pictures of baby bluebirds. That's so cool. And your peonies have been looking stunning. Mine aren't blooming yet, but I think they're about to. I really should go check today. See if they're about to open up. Yep, Sarah, I will be there. I'll be in Philly. And it's very cool. We're doing a thing with the Rittenhouse Hotel. They're kind of partnering with the show a little bit, which is really, I love that team effort of things. And they have one of my paintings on display in the lobby, which I'm excited about. So they have all the board members could submit a piece, and they have it on display until the show begins. And then when I go set up, I can go pick it up. But it's pretty cool to see it there. I really should try to get down beforehand to take some photos of it in this setting. Oh, it looks cool. Do you like that color in the background? I do. This is a little wonky over here. I like to let some of those crazy marks show. Yeah, that looks nice. I have some other varieties that are just now budding and more to come. That's so fun. I did buy myself a third. So I have 3 peony plants in my yard. It's a big step for me. I had 0 for a long time. Then I planted 2, and then I went to the Philadelphia Flower Show and I bought another one. But it won't bloom this year. I was sort of hoping it might, but it doesn't have any buds on it. A little bit of pigment stick sometimes leaves little chunks behind. Sometimes I leave them, and then sometimes I don't want them in the texture of what I'm doing. Madeline says, I'm trying this year, storing some buds in the refrigerator wrapped in paper towels. They say that you can take them out at a later date. I think I'm going to try that too. I love that idea. And I know that the person who I get them from nearby, she's a florist, she does that. And they do stay in the fridge for a while. Mm-hmm. Peonies are my favorite. Absolutely my favorite. Favorite to paint. Yeah, I always try to get lots of reference. I'm going to a flower farm nearby, probably the end of May. And she lets us go through the fields and just choose whatever peonies we want to make our bouquet. And last year I went and did, I loved it. And I took so many wonderful photos because it was all the flowers and colors that I would choose, which is just the best. I want to let these colors show, so I don't want to cover everything. How could I do these little wisps? Well, I don't need to do that yet. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I'm try not to get precious here. I think that beak's too long. better. It's just a little too... I have a lot of, because of the way I put my color on here, I have a lot of like liquid in the underneath, and it's very wet. That's the word I want. Oh, I love that. Okay. It's hard to decide how far to push things too sometimes when it's so loose. A little more. A little lighter. Blues up here just to give it dimension. Yeah, sip of my coffee. Where's everybody listening from? Did I already ask that question this morning? I can't remember. I'm going to give that feel of that Atlantic City. He just came to life when you painted. It's always just in the eye. That's the part you need, is to capture the essence of that bird with the eyes, and then there. That's where it's wet right in there. I feel like it's a little more reflective in the bottom. Fairhope, Alabama. Kathy, you're in Albuquerque. What are you doing in Albuquerque? Are you doing a workshop? I've never been to Albuquerque. It's such a fun word. Back to lovely Rehoboth. That sounds like fun. North Carolina coast, Pittman, New Jersey, Mississippi Gulf Coast. All right, I think I can. I don't know what I'm doing here. You can tell a little. Cape Town, Queens, Alleys in Queens. Oh, the grandkids are there. Oh, isn't that fun? How old are they, Kathy? Ellen's still in Central Florida. I'm still in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Still is a good thing. Gothenburg. Gothenburg, where's that? Oh, I have these pinks to play with too. All right, I need a little dark right here. I love that purple showing up there. This is a little more gray. Yeah, I like that. All right, I can do a little lights up there, but I think I'm ready to dive into this part of it. I don't know why I'm being hesitant. is kind of blue down there. I'm just wispying it. Alan swears moving here was his last ever move. Is he the one that likes to move, or you, Alan? Who's the one that likes to do the moving? Gosh, I've only ever moved once in my life. And I only live 2 blocks from where I grew up. That's just crazy. My husband thinks that's crazy. I don't know if it's crazy. Oh, I love those colors in there. I'm just going to kind of leave it like that. Good morning, Jackie. How are you? I love those colors. All the rainbow. I've always loved the rainbow colors. Entire life. What is not to love about them? Can't look at rainbow colors and not feel happy. To make that look wispy, I'm bringing some of the background color in here. There, that's good. That little dot of pink was bothering me. Ellen's the mover. He worked for the Air Force, so he's been all over the world. Now he retired and he's done moving. Jackie said, doing great. Love them as well. Headed to Scotland tomorrow. Luckily not through Newark. Oh, what happened in Newark, Jackie? I don't even know. I never watched the news. And congrats on your daughter's engagement. That's so exciting. My gosh, that's fun. So many fun things coming up for you. All right, I love how that. Now I just can do this part over here. Fine tune his head, and I think I'm done. All right, now. I didn't put any of that pink in yet, but that was mostly a lighter color. And there's a little bit of iridescent gold in there that I want to leave showing. Yes, Jackie said, thank you, so much fun. It is so exciting. Did she know she was getting engaged, or was it a surprise for her? I guess you knew because you were there, right? But was your daughter surprised? Not enough workers in New York. They say it's unsafe because of that. Oh, gosh. Huh. I didn't realize that. I think I'll have to find out. I think that's where my daughter-in-law's dad, I think, works there. And that's for years. I wonder what's happening. Oh gosh, all those colors are so fun. And do you feel like his head's separate from the background too much? Maybe this needs softened a little. And I need a little lightest light and a little bit of this fun pink. Let's do a little pink in here. Oh, the asking was a total surprise. They talked of marriage for sure. Oh, that's so fun. And did he pick out her ring, like without her input, all that? I love that. That's so fun. Yeah, my son's so low maintenance that I actually picked out Danica's ring. And I loved it with the girls. Love these colors. Me too. It's just as whimsical as I had hoped. Let me do a little more dark in here, just a little. Do I need anything else reckless crazy? Is it spontaneous enough. Maybe right in here I need fun blue that we mixed with the Caribbean blue. You have to tell me when I start fussing and it's not getting better, it's just changing, then it's time to put my brush down. Does this need to be lighter? I don't know, maybe this side could go a little lighter over here. The light's hitting in the back. Little lightness on the beak. Madeline says maybe a little bit of those light colors that you have at the top left of the bird near the bottom right of the bird. No, down in here. Yeah, I use my little wispy brush for. And Shelly says, beautiful, sign it. I need a little light on his beak right here. And a little wispyishness here. I love those little wisps. And anything else? That white dot in the eye could just be a little more dominant, and then I think I'm done. Whoops. Sometimes I pick up too much paint and then I have a little. All right, I think it looks good. Oh, do I see anything with the background? No, I like how kind of modeled that looks. How would I do? Oh, here's my little signing tool. He's perfect already. Thank you, Irma. All right, let me sign it and then I'll show it to you up close. Oh my gosh, so fun. All right, so there's my reference. And then look at all those colors in there. Look at the little pops of fun. Now I have to get this colorful with my big paintings and I'll be very happy. And then there's my palette. I think I used all the colors. I have plenty left. I should just paint another one quick. I gotta go work out. Anita says, love it. Wait, let me turn this around. So thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. It was fun. Happy Wednesday. And I will see all of you again next week. So I hope you have a wonderful day and rest of your week, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me while I painted today. And I'll have this up on my YouTube channel if you want to watch it or paint along. And what else? If you'd like to be on my newsletter list, just send me your email. I'd be happy to add you. I try to send out a newsletter once a week, but of late it's been a little bit more like maybe twice a month, maybe once a month. But anyway, you know, whenever I get to it. So anyway, thanks for coming, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.